And I'm Jamie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast. As the owners of Hired Hand website software, we've been developing websites and creating internet marketing strategies for livestock breeders for the past 10 years.
The majority of our customers are involved in the breeding of registered animals, such as Texas Longhorns, Highland cattle, horses, and whitetail deer, where the pedigrees are very important. The From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast examines many of the differences in raising pedigreed livestock for maximum profit. Join us and learn what we're covering today.
Okay, so joining us today is Mike Davis from Lucky Mountain Ranch, and Mike is one of the sponsors of the McCombs sale. So he's part of the special series that we're doing on all of the McCombs sale sponsors. So thanks for joining us, Mike.
You bet. Thank you.
So Mike, you and Holly have sponsored the sale now for 2 to 3 years, I think, right?
Correct.
And
I guess it's our third year.
Yep. And it's always been the Friday dinner. Is that right?
Yeah. We got with Alan and we just wanted to give back and participate in some way. And so the Friday night party just needed a little boost. So we were thankful to be able to, participate in some small way on that party, which was always a great party. We just wanted to, help keep it, make it better.
Well, in the past few years, you've always had some special little gift that you give people as well. I think last year it was T-shirts, if I remember right.
Yeah, last year was an odd year with COVID and everything. So, it was the rules were still being made. I think when we're just getting started, so we had to do something last minute. We weren't even sure there was going to be a sale, and I think, as you remember, it was small. And so hopefully this year, last year was, we all want to forget about 2020, so we're going to make this year's party hopefully twice as good as in the past. So
this year, nice.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I think I've within certain, being in outdoors, and now that everybody understands the rules, I think what we're going to do is the party's. I was talking to Alan. The party's going to be bigger. Hopefully, hopefully everybody comes. Both bidders and non-bidders, but we're not going to have a tent, so we're going to have maybe more tables and more food and more drink. So
nice. Well, good. This should be fun. McCombs sale is always a good time.
Yes, it sure is.
So tell us about your consignments for this year's sale.
So this year, Alan wanted, given the Saturday sales is a lot of vintage cows from the McCombs herd itself. Alan wanted to have a special heifer sale, futurity and sale combined. So as always, he makes me dip into my good stuff. So we're doing a 2018 heifer and a 2019 heifer. The 2018 heifer is a drag iron daughter that's bred to Century, or a young Danica bull. So there's a lot of good genetics there. The calf is not born, but it'll be here for sale date. I'm sure it's a heifer, knowing the way my consignments go. So the 2019 heifer is a gorgeous brindle, little tiger brindle calf that's at side of an El Coyote cow that we bought at auction a year or so ago. And Felix said at the time that heifer needs to go into futurity. I just didn't plan to put it on a futurity and sale, but here we go. So it's unexposed, but it'll be a nice representation of what we like to procreate at our herd.
So tell us a little bit more about that. Tell us how these consignments are representative of your breeding program. Maybe talk about Danica a little bit for those that don't have been living under a rock, maybe don't know about her.
Sure. Actually, I can probably, I'll go back and tell you, it all started with the McCombs sale. So the first McCombs sale I went to, I knew about Longhorns, but I wouldn't say I was a expert breeder by any means. So I'd made up my mind I was going to go to the McCombs sale because McCombs Ranch is about 15 minutes from our ranch. So, I wanted to introduce myself by buying some cows. And since I didn't know much, I figured if I bought them with an RM logo on the side, I was probably pretty safe. But one heifer I really liked had a 3S on the side of it. Well, I had no idea that was Alan Sparger. I had no idea. I didn't know who Alan was. I didn't know he was affiliated with Reds. I just knew it was a cow I liked. So anyway, went over to Comfort to Alan and Teresa's place, and I was looking at his cows, and he had some beautiful cows in his pasture over there in Comfort. And he pointed to a little heifer, 2-year-old over in the corner, and said, "Yeah, they're good, but that one's growing me great." And I looked at it, it was like 60 inches long, wide, and these other ones were 80 to 90. And I was like, little did I know she was 2, and then she grew. So that little heifer grew 30 inches in 1 year, so I had watched her, and of course, I wanted her at the sale, at the Legacy sale, and the Merediths wanted her a little more. So, but as time worked out and fortunes had it, I was presented an opportunity to buy her back. And so, took us about a nanosecond to, get that one done with Marty and Bill and Judy. So very happy. So she's the cornerstone of our herd. We own her grandmother, and obviously several daughters, but we have one bull, which is Century. And he's a gorgeous little bull. And then he's been doing a really good job for us. And like I say, we don't let many of them go at sale, but we're letting one go, and here in May. It's going to hurt a little bit, but good for somebody else.
Do you have any other bloodlines that are kind of the foundation of your program that you want to talk about?
Sure. Yeah. I'd say, one we really like is CC Cha-Ching. So she just won Superior, Senior Produce of Dam, at the recent Horn Showcase. And what I really like about her is she's a perfect example of a 75-inch cow that you probably wouldn't notice in the pasture, but all her offspring are, she has a Amero Cha-Ching, the world record total horn cow. It's over at the Bentwood Ranch. We have a couple of 90-inch cows, and I have one of the last, like I say, one of her, I probably got 3 or 4 of her daughters, and they're all great, and they all produce. So we like to see the Cha-Ching line just because it's hard to screw it up, which, she seems to click well with everybody. The other one, which is kind of an old school one that you may or may not notice, is like kind of a Delta Van Horn cow. So we have a top caliber Delta Van Horn cow named just Van Horn that she's a producer. And of course, Texana Van Horn, which is everybody seems to know about. She's the largest black and white cow. So we really just, I've seen between those 2 bloodlines plus the Touchdown Tari Danica line, it's just, I look at my pasture, they're always good. So we try to, so we're trying to, how to replicate that, through the bull side, is a 2 or 3 year process, but we'll see. It's fun. It's a labor of love. It's fun to make mistakes, and you just keep on going. So, but it's hard to screw up some, and those are some, old time breeders that have, Alan's been working with the McCombs family, I think, for 50 years. He's only 65 years old or so. So you can do the math, how long he's been associated with the McCombs family. So he did a lot of, experimenting along the years, and I was just able to step in and try and, go from there. So, but those are probably three, the Touchdown Tari Danica line, the, Delta Van Horn family, and the Cha-Ching family are kind of 3 that we kind of keep our eyes on.
Nice. Well, it's like an exciting process. Okay, so let's take it back to the sale, McCombs sale, a little bit. What are your favorite things? What do you enjoy the most about the McCombs sale?
So the McCombs sale was the first sale I ever went to. I think what I liked about it most was just that it's a ranch sale. So, Texas hill country sunsets and evenings in early May, they just can't be beat. It's why we bought some land down there, and it's just something that, it's just something about it. A good outdoor sale. There's several out there, but this one, particularly my favorite, and being close by makes it a no-brainer. And then, the people are always gracious and nice. And I've met some of my best new friends I met at some of the first couple sales there. So And then the cattle are always good. And there's a little something for everybody. It's not just all 90-inch elite cows that, you know, some can afford. I mean, there's some there's some really good, you know, animals there there's something for everybody. So it's just like I say, I'm always sad. I'm always anxious for it to show up, and I'm always sad when it's over. So
That's a sign of a good sale.
yep.
So do you have any advice for first time attendees to the sale?
So I'd say what I did is I leapt in, you know, feet first and bought 5 cows. They were all good cows, but you know, I guess this has been year 5. I've been back in the breeding business. You know, I've got 1 left of that sale. 2 were, you know, eye candy that probably didn't, you know, fit my program. But my advice would be, you know, come to the sale, enjoy the sale. If you see something you want to buy it. I went to the next 9 sales and didn't buy a single cow. I just watched and learned and you know, try to guess what cow was worth, you know. Sometimes I was dead wrong, sometimes I was high, low, but you know, just be patient. And the other advice I give is when getting in business, just be very thoughtful about the bull you choose, because it's going to be half your herd one day. And it's, you know, I used 1 bull 1 year early on, and pretty much that whole year was kind of a do-over, if you will. So there's 3 great bulls for sale in this auction on Saturday. The Beast, which we own part of with Red and Allen. G&L Painted Savage, which is those, you know, lots of color, if that's what you like. And then Icon is you know, just a good colorful cow that bull that's we have some daughters off of. They're some of the best ones we have. So I don't think a first timer would go wrong if they bought one of those bulls and wanted to get started. So
Since Holly couldn't join us today, do you know what her favorite part of the sale is?
her favorite part of the sale is probably the party, the Friday night party. So she's actually working with Sharice Glendenning. This year is going to be a little different with COVID. You know, we can't have buffets and stuff like that. So, you know, she's helping, her and Sharice are going to put together some boxes. So we're going to try and come up with something, you know, nice and delicious, I guess. And, you know, I'm sure the girls do a great job on that. But yeah, she loves she's not into cow buying, which is kind of nice, you know, no one there to hold my arm down and stuff. And, you know, it's, you know, Rex and Sharice is kind of the opposite. You know, Sharice is the cow lover on that side of the equation. And, you know, if Holly was a hand raiser, you know, I don't think I could stop her. So it's, no, but she likes it. She loves it. And she supports whatever I do. But when it comes to buying cattle, she said, I don't drag you to the mall shopping, so please don't drag me, you know, to the auction buying cows. And so that's fair.
Fair enough.
So, no.
Seems like a good compromise.
Yep. No.
Well, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to join us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, this is great. And this, like I say, it'll be here before we know it. And we're real excited. But like I say, because last year was kind of an off year, we're going to try and do our best with all the sponsors, the Heavers, the Glendennings, the Caseys, and myself, and try and make this one better than ever. Pray for no rain. That is one, you know, characteristic of a Davis sponsorship. You know, it's rained the last 2 times. And so we're due, I guess, for a beautiful, you know, hill country sunset this time. So
maybe if you make your little giveaways this year, little miniature umbrellas or something, maybe that'll keep the rain away.
That's a great idea. That's got to happen.
Right. All right.
Right.
Well, thanks so
Good
much.
idea.
Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks, y'all. Bye.